Welcome to the annual Limpopo Regional Awards for 2016. As South Africa's northernmost province, Limpopo Province is a land of beautiful and contrasting landscapes, which is typical of Africa. Limpopo has become a sought-after tourist destination for its big game, exceptional birding, and untamed bush landscapes. The tourism sector is the #1 spot in the domestic tourism market space, and despite economic challenges, has recorded a steady employment growth in the province. According to the Stats South Africa Labour Force Survey, Limpopo Province created 147,000 jobs in the year 2015, putting the province in third position after KwaZulu-Natal and Gauteng in terms of job creation. Mining contributes 27% to the provincial gross domestic product. During this year's Limpopo State of the Province address, Premier Stan Mathabatha underlined the importance of mining in the province, mentioning that mining has become a driver of growth in many strategic economic sectors, such as manufacturing and financial services, and must therefore be central to the development of the province's industrialization strategy. He also noted that the Limpopo Development Plan highlights the importance of SMMEs and cooperatives as game changers in job creation, redistribution of economic assets, and poverty reduction. To quote the Premier, "We will continue to support SMMEs and cooperatives to obtain growth, increase skills levels, and more importantly, create more jobs. We will remain committed to ensure that at least 10% of government procurement goes to SMMEs and cooperatives." The Limpopo Department of Economic Development, Environment and Tourism sustains the Premier's vision by ensuring the promotion of economic planning, conducting of research and management of economic development information, thereby stimulating economic growth through industry development, trade and investment promotion within the Limpopo Province. Productivity South Africa was established in terms of the provisions of Section 31 of the Employment Services Act No. 4 of 2014. The mandate of Productivity South Africa is to promote employment growth and productivity in South Africa. Productivity South Africa's vision is to lead and inspire a productive and competitive South Africa with a mission to improve productivity by diagnosing, advising, implementing, monitoring, and evaluating solutions aimed at improving South Africa's sustainable growth through increased competitiveness. Productivity South Africa, in partnership with the Limpopo Department of Economic Development, Environment and Tourism, are proud to introduce companies that continue to play a vital and productive role in shaping the economic future of this region. We invite you today to join our finalists in the emerging business, cooperative, public and corporate sectors. The Productivity South Africa Regional Awards finalists in the various sector categories were judged on the following criteria. Was the impact achieved from productivity quantifiable and significant to the country, communities, organizations, divisions or individuals? How was productivity improved? Did entrance outputs exceed their inputs, resulting in progressive productivity improvement, as is normally seen during a growth phase? Or did their inputs decrease more than their outputs, resulting in regressive productivity improvement? Here it should be noted that improvements that add value to customers are clearly more desirable than improvements that focus on cost-cutting exercises. Were steps taken towards improvement and the impact clearly recorded? Has the initiative been clearly sustainable over a period of at least 18 months? To what extent has a culture focusing on human development and continuous improvement been entrenched? Is it clearly demonstrated how the initiative and its results can be transferred to other individuals, communities or organizations, both within the same or different industry sectors? Has the initiative resulted in a competitive advantage in areas that really matter? And to what extent were staff involved? Are the benefits to employees, shareholders, customers, or communities evident? Is there evidence of any social and environmental benefit, like job creation or retaining jobs? empowerment, improved working conditions, safety, or environmental impact? And finally, does the organization provide an environment for creativity or innovation? The finalists in the emerging business sector are New Growth Distillery CC, Bushveld Terrace Hotel and Guest House Pty Limited, MJJ Main Road Radiators and Breakers CC, and Mangena MRP Welding and Design CC. New Growth Distillery CC was established in 2010 and is based in Palmytfontein, Polokwane. The company processes and markets key essential seed and nut oils as well as the highest quality moringa products. The company has put together a team of motivated partners who are committed to create jobs, support emerging farmers, impart skills, and provide a sustainable market to oil producers in the Limpopo province, with plans to replicate throughout all provinces in South Africa. Their productivity approach is based on product excellence, successful marketing, and sustainable business growth. As a result of their productivity initiatives over the period 2013 to 2015, hazard analysis and critical control point compliance increased from 60% to 80%. Design layout to support seamless process on-time delivery increased from 75% to 95%. Human resource development staff training increased from 60% to 90%. And sales turnover and year-on-year growth increased from 2% to 8%. New Growth Distillery CC's holistic approach to assist emerging farmers has pitched South African producers as being the best moringa, essential oil and seed oil producers worldwide. Recognized as the jewel of Phalaborwa, Bushveld Terrace Hotel and Guest House Pty Limited commenced business in 2014 and is an unrivaled luxury 4-star accommodation located a mere stone's throw from the Kruger National Park, an oasis of calm and tranquility in the hot surroundings of the majestic Limpopo province. Bushveld Terrace Hotel and Guest House offers guests a cool and well-appointed escape in the African bush. The company had less than 20% occupancy and decided to embark on an intensive training program to train staff in customer service. The company conducts daily audits on safety and cleanliness. Furthermore, guest feedback forms and guest review websites were implemented. As a result of their productivity initiatives, over the period 2014 to 2016, the occupancy rate increased from 21% to 60%. Quality increased from 80% to 90%. The customer satisfaction index increased from 80% to 90%. The number of employees increased from 25 to 33, and revenue increased by 43%. Bushveld Terrace Hotel and Guest House Pty Limited offers guests and their families the perfect balance of modern sophistication and luxurious comforts within walking distance of South Africa's national treasure, the Kruger National Park. MJJ Main Road Radiators and Breakers CC was established in 2005 and are based in the Majeje village of Phalaborwa. They are a radiators repair and fitment company, and some of their service offerings include brake bonding, brake repairs, and radiator repairs. The company is registered with the Retail Motor Industry Organization, and some of their current clientele include Phalaborwa Copper Mine and LA Crushers. The company experienced a problem with the quality of work and longer lead times, especially with the big radiators which are used in the mining industry. MJJ decided to implement productivity initiatives by retraining and upskilling their staff to the level of artisans. They also introduced aluminium weld, which currently makes them the only company providing this service in the Mopani district. As a result of their productivity approach, over the period 2014 to 2016, delivery of big radiators decreased from 7 to 4 days, an increase of 42%. Delivery of small radiators decreased from 2 days to 3 hours, an increase of 100%. Quality increased from 90% to 95%. Revenue increased from 15% to 35%, and number of employees increased from 3 to 16. The company contributes on a regular basis to churches and disadvantaged families within the community. MJJ Main Road Radiators and Breakers CC's productivity approach added value by creating a sustainable business, therefore making them one of the preferred radiator and fitment companies in the Limpopo province. Mangena MRP Welding and Design CC is situated in Namakhale, Phalaborwa, and commenced business in the year 2000. The company currently employs 16 people. The company's specialized services include, amongst others, brazing, metalworks, steelworks, and aluminium. They manufacture products like palisade fencing, gates, and security doors. Due to an increase in steel prices, the company decided not to increase their product price, but rather reduce their margins to stay competitive by improving production processes, reducing waste, and also by introducing new aluminium products. The company based their productivity approach on the increase in sales through marketing and improved quality. As a result of their productivity approach, over the period 2014 to 2016, sales increased from 12% to 32%. New products increased by 20%. Quality increased from 76% to 82%. Waste decreased from 12% to 5%, and revenue increased from 5% to 18%. Mangena MRP Welding and Design CC's vision is to improve quality and grow their business. The finalists in the cooperative sector are Motopong Community Project Cooperative, Papazela Community Funeral Cooperative, and Mariveni Farmers Cooperative. The Motopong Community Project Cooperative had its inception in January 2013, and the project, which is registered under the Department of Social Development, has grown by leaps and bounds. This sustainable food production project, or permaculture, is a nucleus of producing healthy organic food without using chemicals, but natural supplements in food gardens like kraal manure and compost from kitchen scraps. The project was started by pensioners with the aim to alleviate poverty levels and hunger in RDP households in the neighborhood and schools. Over and above all, the project was acknowledged by some organizations like Sandparks and Nestle South Africa, as well as the Department of Agriculture, Forestry and Fisheries. Some members of the project have accreditation certificates and have trained intensively together with members from Food and Trees for Africa. Visitors from all over come to request herbs or healthy organic vegetables, while others just come to watch the wonders of permaculture food gardening. The project will eventually evolve into a fully fledged ecotourism and resource center. Food for thought. Papazela Community Funeral Cooperative was established in 2012 and is situated in the Papazela village in Malamuleli. The cooperative is in the funeral scheme insurance business, and they offer attractive packages, tailor-made to satisfy the needs of clients in the community. The cooperative is in the process of registering with the Financial Services Board, and they have a business plan in place to provide the necessary information on the operation and marketing strategies of the business. The cooperative is also in the process of obtaining a grant to build a mortuary to the amount of R500,000. Papazela Community Funeral Cooperative's goal is to be a service provider of comprehensive funeral solutions through customer service and product innovation within the community. Mariveni Farmers Cooperative was established in 1974 under the old Gazankulu Tribal Authority and was registered in 2004 as a cooperative. They started with 26 farmers, and it occupies 320 hectares of arable land, of which 73% is productive. Their produce includes bananas and various types of citrus, of which 80% is exported to the European Union and Asian markets. The cooperative decided to implement better farming programs to improve yield production. With the assistance from 2 university students provided by the Department of Rural Development, the cooperative managed to increase yield and production. As a result of their productivity initiatives over the period 2014 to 2016, production increased from 7,000 tons to 8,500 tons, an increase of 18%. Land use increased from 217 hectares to 247 hectares. Quality increased from 76% to 82%, an increase of 6%. Revenue increased from 22 million to 36 million rand, an increase of 38%. Number of employees increased from 97 to 122. And the customer satisfaction index increased from 88% to 91%. Mariveni Farmers Cooperative's productivity systems have borne fruit, thereby creating sustainable jobs and employment within their community. The finalists in the public sector are Safcol, South African Forestry Company Limited, Timbadola Sawmill, and the Turfloop Graduate School of Leadership of the University of Limpopo. The operations of Komatiland Forests Pty Limited are mainly situated in the Mpumalanga and Limpopo provinces of South Africa. The operations are a subsidiary of the South African Forestry Company Limited, whose sole shareholder is the Government of South Africa, represented by the Department of Public Enterprises. The processing division has one sawmill, Timbadola, in Livubu, and is equipped to service customers in the pine timber products market. Timbadola employs 449 people and is SABS accredited. Komatiland produces various sizes of sawn timber and veneers for applications in the domestic and international markets, like roof trusses and timber structures. Responsible environmental management and sustainable forestry play an integral role in Komatiland's daily operations, and the sawmill manufactures South African pine products in accordance with Forest Stewardship Council standards. The company joined Productivity South Africa's Workplace Challenge program in 2005 to improve productivity levels. Safcol Timbadola's productivity approach is based on improving average selling price, quality improvement, cost of operational expenses, injury-free days, and an increase in on-time delivery. As a result of productivity initiatives implemented over the period 2013 to 2015, improved average selling price increased by 7%. On-time delivery increased from 88% to 96%. Operational expenses decreased by 7%. Injury-free days decreased by 3%. Absenteeism decreased from 5% to 2%. And the customer satisfaction index increased from 88% to 96%. Safcol Timbadola runs a successful adult basic education and training program in cooperation with the Limpopo and Mpumalanga Departments of Education for its employees. Safcol Timbadola remains a growth-oriented market leader in the commercial forestry industry in Limpopo. The Turfloop Graduate School of Leadership of the University of Limpopo was established in 1996, when the then Vice-Chancellor of the University of the North signed a Memorandum of Undertaking with Baruch College and the New School of Social Research in New York City. Baruch intended to assist the University of the North with processes for the development of its own business school, which resulted in the establishment of the Development Facilitation and Training Initiative. In addition, intensive research of the market showed that besides the Master of Development, both the Master of Business Administration and Master of Public Administration degrees would be viable. The establishment of the Turfloop Graduate School of Leadership of the University of Limpopo was then approved to house these three programs, as well as the Development Facilitation and Training Initiative, on the basis that there would be no posts attached to it until it had proved its viability, on condition that it would become sustainable within 2 years. The Graduate School of Leadership was profitable in its first year through the large intake of students into the MDev program due to the following productivity initiatives that were introduced. Improved graduation output for the academic programs. Increased articles published for academics and students. More focused community engagement programs. An increase in external training of business and the public sector. And collaboration with national and international universities. The Turfloop Graduate School of Leadership methodology and programs are living up to the legend of Madiba's vision that education is the most powerful weapon that can be used to change the world. The finalists in the corporate sector are Moordrift Dairy Pty Limited and Two Mountains Pty Limited. Moordrift Dairy Pty Limited farm was established in 1912 by Mr. Hendrik Smit Moordrift and is situated in Mokopane. Moordrift Dairy is one of the oldest dairies located within South Africa's northernmost province and supplies a full range of dairy products under the Moordrift Dairy and House brand commercial chain store brands to convenience and retail outlets throughout Limpopo, parts of Mpumalanga and Gauteng. The processing plant, together with a fleet of over 40 refrigerated vehicles, has the ability to process between 6,000 litres to 10,000 litres daily and has an on-site laboratory for taking milk samples for quality control purposes. The company decided to implement Productivity South Africa's Turnaround Solution Program to address operational deficiencies. The implementation of the Turnaround Solution Program over the period 2013 to 2015 has resulted in mass production optimization increasing from 6,000 litres to 10,000 litres a day, overtime being reduced by 3 hours daily, improved product cycle times increased by 20%, sales increased by 5%. Number of employees increased from 300 to 345, and sales turnover percentage year-on-year growth increased from 5% to 9%. A recent addition is their Bacterfuge system, which converts fresh milk to extended shelf life milk. As part of the company's social upliftment is the introduction of bursaries to cater for employees' children in and around the communities. Moordrift Dairy Pty Limited continuously strives to make the best products available through excellent service and believe that their customers always deserve the best. Two Mountains in Polokwane is a 100% black-owned company and was established in 1999 by the Masakwameng family. The company started as a coffin manufacturing business and saw the need to provide personal, quality and affordable funeral services. It started off with 3 workers and no systems were in place, but they had a dream, a passion and a goal. Currently, the company employs over 1,200 people with offices throughout South Africa and a fleet of over 300 vehicles. Two Mountains' productivity approach focuses on 5 business elements, namely opening new branches and obtaining additional satellite offices and service centers by doing careful research, planning and cost indicators. Product diversification was introduced by a dedicated product and development team, resulting in innovative products that help Two Mountains realize higher financial returns. Investment in their people resulted in staff members undergoing the necessary training to perform at their best. Infrastructure expansion has made Two Mountains grow significantly over the years, resulting in asset worth interest. And their internal operational system consists of a number of best practice business systems, including EasyPol, Integrated Tracker, VIP Payroll, and a human resource management system. As a result of their productivity initiatives over the period 2013 to 2015, absenteeism decreased from 2% to 1%. The customer satisfaction index increased from 95% to 98%. Profitability increased from 20% to 40%. Sales turnover percentage year-on-year growth increased from 137 million rand to 164 million rand. And total productivity increased from 94% to 99%. Two Mountains has embarked on numerous social and environmental activities, and amongst their projects is an early learning center in Mashishimali, a school which they have adopted. Two Mountains is a registered member of the National Funeral Directors Association of Southern Africa and is in the process of obtaining ISO 9000-2001 accreditation. Two Mountains serves as an excellent example of a company that creates exceptional value and is a symbol of hope within the community.